How long has that train been gone? Tell me how long has that train been gone? I ain't had no real good loving, not since my baby been gone. Now where did it go? You know that I wanna know. Where did it go? You know that I wanna know. I ain't had no real good loving since my baby got on board. No. Well, how long do I have to wait for you? Tell me how long do I have to wait for you? I'm so doggone lonesome. Yes, I'm lonesome and I'm blue. Now tell me how long you think you want to be around. Tell me how long you're gonna want me around. I'm so doggone lonesome since my baby left town. Blow! since my baby been gone. Now which way did it go? You know that I want to know. Which way did it go? Baby, I want to know. I ain't had no real good loving since my baby been gone.
Mississippi. We'll take a cruise to the land of dreams. Steam down the river down to New Orleans. The band's there to meet us. Old friends will greet us. Where all the light and the dark folks meet. Heaven on earth they call it Basin Street. Yeah, Basin Street is the street where all the cool folks meet. In New Orleans, in the land of dreams, you never know how nice it seems and just how much it really means. I'm glad to be, yes sirree. Welcome, sweetie, dear to me, where I can lose my Basin Street blues. Man's there to meet us. Old friends will greet us. We'll take a cruise to the land of dreams. Steam down the river down to New Orleans. Where I can lose my Basin Street blues.
Why should my heart be broken? For the Savior, He's come. coming to carry me home. Why should the shadows be roaring? For my Savior is coming to carry me home. His eye is upon the sparrow, and I know, Lord, I know He watches over me. Don't you know that I sing because I'm happy? Don't you know that I sing because I'm free? His eyes upon the sparrow, and I know He watches over me. And I sing because I'm happy. Don't you know what I sing? Because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches over me. Let not your heart be heavy and broken, for that Savior is coming, carry me home. His eyes, they're on that sparrow. No, He watches over me. Don't you know that I sing because I'm happy? I sing because I'm free. His eyes, they're on that sparrow. Oh, and I know, yes I know, He watches over me.
say it in front of mics. In a room full of lawyers.
Yeah, right.
Well, I guess it's not full of lawyers yet.
Wood panel.
Yeah.
All you do
I don't know if it's always been here, but I remember that. Always waiting on the horn section.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Sorry. Oh, it's just you.
Oh, it's just me? Okay, sorry. I'm sorry about the clipping. I don't.
Can I ask you a question? I'm sorry, 'cause
Sure.
this might be new, but do y'all play when the students walk in? It sounds like I don't know who's running the show, production-wise, and it might end up me. So,
Okay.
Yeah, Dell should be here about 2 minutes before. But
okay, great.
we play for the graduates. We stop and play for the faculty. We play for the faculty. Then we do the national anthem.
Okay, great. So Dell's going to tell you when to start and stop and all that?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. All of a sudden, I was like scared of. I was like, I said, "Are we ready in 5 minutes?" And the guy goes, "Are you ready in 5 minutes?" I'm like, "No, I'm not calling this show."
We will be ready right at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
And the way that we will do the national anthem, the dean will say, and stand for the national anthem, and that will be your cue to play the national anthem. Okay?
Okay.
Yolanda,
So you're
Wait.
ready to present, right?
What does he say that we're going to play?
Okay, let's just
Should
get ready for it.
do they know that they're gonna have to stop us, or like can we see? I can't.
I
Is that
can't.
enough?
They can see.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the president gets up to talk.
When the people are
Well,
on
no,
their
I'm talking about
feet
finishing
screaming
Meister
and
Singer.
clapping for us again.
Yeah, when the faculty get up there, and the president
Oh,
looks
yeah.
like he's going to the
Yeah.
podium, cut us off.
Oh, that's good, but how do I know when to start the faculty's music? That's what we need to know when the students are coming.
Oh, yeah.
They're supposed to signal
Yeah,
us.
I'll signal you. I'll be right here.
Okay.
I'll be right here.
Thank you.
We're going to start in 2 minutes.
2 minutes? All right. Conference,
Sorry, I was laughing to myself. Sorry, I couldn't be more unclear on the beginning of that last movement. I was just like,
I was trying to figure if it was 2 or 4.
I know, so was I. And then I just started playing, and I was like, oh shit, sorry, bro.
We followed as no big deal.
And then that lady walks up and she looked at me. I thought she was a man.
I guess so.
I'll try right now.
Are you the Joey there from the Instrumentalist magazine, those tubas?
So pomp and circumstance is first.
They will signal us, then the faculty.
The Meister Singer.
Prelude to Meister Singer.
And there's no intro to the Star Spangled Banner. We just go straight to the
No,
top.
it's right on it. You're ready.
Do you think they'll cheer again?
For you, yes.
Man, we sound like dogs. We sound like dogs, and then we screwed up.
Okay, here we go.
Ready?
All right, man.
One. I'll start it. Thank you.
so they
two,
cheer.
one.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my great privilege to welcome you to the commencement ceremony for the Tulane Law School class of 2022. We will begin our ceremony today with the national anthem performed by the Crescent City Brass. So will you please rise? Please be seated. Graduates, families, friends, colleagues, welcome. We also want to extend a especially warm welcome to those who are joining us by live stream today, those who could not be here with us in the hall, but joining us from around the world. This is Tulane Law School's 171st graduation in its 175th year of existence. And like all others before it, this is a day of hard-earned joy and celebration. Nearly 3 years ago, for most of you, you set out on an adventure that has bonded you together through common rituals of hardship and triumph, conquering a strange new lexicon, managing an answer the first time you were cold called in class, confronting your first set of law school exams. These rituals may now seem so familiar as to be unremarkable, but it's worth pausing to recall how daunting they once appeared. In navigating these landmarks, whether you now fully appreciate it or not, you have been transformed. These years of toil and triumph have left you with a command of legal methods and doctrine and habits of critical thinking, but also something more. They have steeped you in the norms and values of a profession, in what it means to be a lawyer. The same is true for those of you graduating from our Masters of Jurisprudence in Labor and Employment Law, who have been forged together by common experience, even if separated by a distance, and a common passion for changing lives through your work with others. Of course, this has not been a journey only for the graduates in this hall, but also for those who love and support them. For you, the parents, partners, spouses, children, and other supporters of today's graduates, these years of study have brought their own sacrifices. Many of you have worked extremely hard to make it possible for your loved ones to reach this milestone. Graduates, I invite you now to stand, turn, and applaud in thanks those who have supported you, both here in this hall and online. Of course, during your time at Tulane, you have been transformed not only by your academic journey, but also by events that have shaken and transformed the world these past 2.5 years. The COVID pandemic, the economic freefall that followed, heartache and the fight for racial justice, the turmoil and ongoing rancor in our politics and public life, and now a savage land war and humanitarian crisis unfolding in Europe. Your journey to study law began before this cascade of crises was yet on the horizon, and certainly without any notion that they would each appear, much less converge, during your time as a law student. And this is to say nothing of hurricanes. Back-to-back years of records. 7 named storms last year alone, the first eye wall to pass directly over the city of New Orleans in more than a half-century. And this year, of course, Hurricane Ida, which tied the record for the strongest hurricane ever to make landfall in the state of Louisiana, with Hurricane Laura from just the year before. All of which portends the vulnerability of our environment to the mounting challenges of climate change. Each of these crises, unfolding one after the other, was dislocating and brought intense challenges to stay focused and on track. But I hope that they have also confirmed your choice to dedicate yourself to law and given you a powerful new sense of purpose. Because each of these crises has spotlighted the precariousness of all that is most precious to us: health, justice, democracy, life itself, and underscored the essential, crucial, indispensable role of lawyers and the rule of law. Finally, I want to acknowledge with admiration and no small awe the unique and extraordinary challenges that each of the graduates in this room faced in reaching this stage. Other students before you have contended with hurricanes, economic depressions, insurrections, wars, other calamities, but not all at once, and not quite the way you have. This means that you've had to juggle all the usual law student challenges, mastering the rule against perpetuities or the complexities of federal employment laws, while also managing a sudden evacuation to another city with minimal resources, navigating a shaky internet connection from quarantine in a foreign country, or while caring for a toddler suddenly without childcare or an ailing parent, or patching through without power for a week, or while coping with the loss of an income or grieving the loss of a loved one. Yet somehow you persevered, and in many respects thrived, winning national moot court competitions, securing the freedom of unjustly incarcerated clients, or protecting vulnerable communities or the rights of victims of domestic violence through our clinics, supporting each other and volunteering your talents for others in need. In the years ahead, you will face a world of opportunities. Inevitably, you will also encounter new challenges not yet imaginable today. When you do, remember that you have already been tested, that you have a rare grit, a battle-hardened determination, and I hope a fresh sense of purpose to use the skills and power you have gained here at Tulane to confront injustice and build a stronger, more equitable society. Always remember that we are enormously proud of you and that you do not face these challenges alone, and that your walk across this stage is not the end of your journey with Tulane, but only an early milestone. So stay in touch in the months and years ahead. Let us know how we can help you in your careers, and in time, reach back and help the students who will follow you. And know always how proud we are to be forever associated with you. It is now my great pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker for 2022, Wayne Lee. A senior leader in the New Orleans law firm of Stone Pigman, Wayne Lee is one of the country's most respected trial lawyers and a distinguished graduate of the Tulane Law class of 1974. As one of the first African-American graduates of both Tulane College and Tulane Law School, Mr. Lee played a pioneering role in opening up both the university as an undergraduate and then the law school, and helping to transform Tulane into the institution it is today. He's played the same leadership role in opening up the legal profession on a broader scale. In 2003, Mr. Lee was elected as Louisiana's first African-American president of the state bar, and he served in important national leadership roles in both the American Bar Association and the National Bar Association, consistently and successfully pressing to make the profession more diverse, more equitable, and more inclusive. At Tulane and in the broader community, he's been a mentor to legions of law students in the decades since his graduation, and has been always selfless in his support of education, serving for many years on the Law School Dean's Advisory Board, the Tulane Law Review Board of Advisory Editors, and the Tulane University Board of Administrators. A decade ago, we were honored to induct him into the inaugural class of the Tulane Law School Hall of Fame, and he is also a member of the National Bar Association Hall of Fame. Please welcome Wayne Lee.
Good morning, everyone. Pete Meyer, distinguished faculty, family and friends of the graduates, class of 1972. I see a lot of friends and colleagues that I've known for, well, some of them since 1974 when I arrived. Especially you, the graduates. This is your day, and it is an honor to me to be invited to speak with you this morning, I guess this afternoon. But you know, I was greatly surprised when I was asked to be the speaker, and I said, what am I going to tell folks? Do they really want to hear anything? I remember my graduation, and one thing I don't remember is anything about what the graduation speaker said. So I promised myself, and I promised the dean, that I wouldn't make this any longer than it need be. But I am a lawyer that came from a different time, different place in many respects. I grew up here in New Orleans, but as the dean alluded to, when I came in 1971 in the undergraduate school, Tulane had only recently been open to African American students. As you all know, and many of you know, maybe some of you don't, the person who gave the money to Tulane to first open restricted it. Took a lawsuit to get the doors open. Thank goodness for lawyers. Now, when I got to Tulane undergraduate school, there were almost, I couldn't think of any African American teachers or anyone else that looked like me. When I got to the law school, it was much the same. My class was 6 African American students. Women represented about 20% of the class, of the entire incoming class. During the course of my 3 years at Tulane, we found there was one black teacher that was retained, that was hired, but there were no women whatsoever. No advisors. The only people we could reach out to for advice was frankly the students who were a couple of years ahead of us, like my friend Ron Nabon there, who knew not much more than we did in terms of what we were getting into, what the life was going to be like in the future. But we got a great education. We got well prepared to go forward as lawyers when we finished. Now, interestingly enough, not surprisingly, what we found when we got out of school was very different from the times that you have right now. At that time, lawyers were doing pretty much, mostly practicing law. And for a person of color, there really weren't many opportunities. There was, I think, one other African-American lawyer in the entire city working with a majority firm. Businesses didn't have any African-American lawyers. That really that was unheard of at the time. Women lawyers, my classmates, were having the same kinds of problems that I was having trying to find jobs. I had a good fortune of getting a job by a referral from one of the other students who suggested I contact Stone Pigment that I'd never heard of, but he was going there and he opened a door. People opening doors. I promise you, as you go along in your careers, you'll be surprised by the places where doors get open and who may provide those opportunities. But look for them. It's important. And when you get the chance, you give the opportunities. So what are you going to get now? What's it like here? You all pretty much know. I'm not sure the parents know. Dean Meyer alluded to some of it. But right now, Tulane is more diverse. This is one of the most diverse classes in its history. It's a stronger class academically than classes in the history. The faculty, as you can see, much more diverse and stronger, I would say. We had good teachers. They're excellent teachers here. You have been taught by a staff that is as qualified, as capable as any in the country. You've had an opportunity to do clinical work. Didn't exist in my day. You've had the opportunity and in fact, indeed the duty to do pro bono work, which again was not something that was done at our time. So you've been the opportunity to understand the responsibility of lawyers beyond just going to work, the need to serve the public. You are probably among, if not the best trained, most resilient, and most diverse classes ever. You're ready to go forward. The market's different out there, though. I will say this. It is a lot different. We've gotten more diversity in firms. We've got more opportunities for doing different things. Lawyers are doing all kinds of things that we never imagined. But we're not there yet. ABA just recently issued a study that said that there was only, African Americans represent about 1% of the lawyers in majority firms. Other people of color, not far behind. There's a lot to be done, but we're making strides, and you're going to be helpful in making those strides as well. People are doing everything that you can imagine in the practice of law. But the one thing that is constant, the one thing that doesn't change is the importance of what lawyers do. You are entering a profession. It's not about a job, it's about a profession. It's about serving clients, solving problems. Lawyers are problem solvers, and you've been trained to do that. You have to earn their trust, you resolve issues for clients and carry them forward on the things that they can't possibly handle on their own. But practicing law is not just a job. When I was a young lawyer, I was working my tail off, quite frankly, in the library, working away, doing the stuff that young associates and young partners do, researching, drafting, and supporting senior lawyers and going forward. One of the partners stopped me and he said one day, what are you doing outside? I said, what do you mean? He said, you're doing great work, no problem. But you remember, being a lawyer is more than just doing work. We've got a responsibility to the community. We've got a responsibility to the bar. We've got a responsibility to help make things better and do change. I looked around and I realized that most of the other partners in our firm were doing that on their own. So from this point forward, I encourage all of you. You're going to be doing all kinds of things. You find something that you have a passion about. Find work that drives you. I wouldn't begin to try to suggest to you that you need to do what I do. A lot of people don't want to do what I do. My kids don't want to do what I do. But find what drives you, what motivates you. But also, find the things that you can do to help the profession become more diverse, more inclusive, more equitable. Do the things that you can do to help get access to the court system, to justice, for lawyers, for people that otherwise couldn't receive it. Do what you can do to help the profession get better. Find things to do to make a way for the people that are coming behind you. Learn to reach out. We're counting on you. I believe, and I fervently believe and confident that you will be setting new horizons, breaking new glass ceilings, and carrying us forward. We've got a lot of faith in you. So, as we close here today, I want to thank you all for making the decision to become lawyers. I want to thank you all for putting the dedication in. It's going to get you started on your careers. And I want to thank you in advance for all the things that you're going to do to improve our world. And I also want to thank the parents for all they've done to help you to get here today. And lastly, I want to thank you all for letting me be a part of your celebration.
Thank you so much for those really wonderful remarks and for the shining example of your leadership at Tulane, but in the city and in the country. We're all the beneficiaries of it. And I have to say, I think you may have overshot your mark and actually delivered a memorable speech that they're going to remember for decades to come, as we all will. Thank you. Next, I'm very pleased to introduce our student speaker, the president of the class of 2022, Kelsey Siegler, who will offer remarks on behalf of the class. At Tulane, Kelsey has been an unstintingly positive force and has seized every opportunity to serve and to lead and to make a difference. And her leadership has been really invaluable this past year in helping to rally support for students in navigating the enormous challenges that we've already acknowledged. So we're all in her debt as well. So please welcome the 2022 class president, Kelsey Siegler.
Well, I know everyone says this in graduation speeches, but I truly cannot believe we made it. As my favorite honorary lawyer, Dolly Parton, once said, the way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you gotta put up with a lot of rain. And let me tell you, we put up with a lot of rain, literally. 2 hurricanes hit New Orleans directly during our last 2 years here at Tulane. Do you know what the odds of that are? No, of course you don't. Y'all went to law school to avoid doing math. But in all seriousness, I am proud of each and every one of us for graduating today, despite everything the past 3 years threw our way. The pandemic, the hurricanes, and of course, that time everyone thought that they failed Professor Hopeful's exam because they weren't sure if frogs were amphibians or reptiles.
I'm so sorry.
We learned how to roll with the punches and not let them keep us down. I think this sense of resilience is going to come in handy as we embark on our careers. Because the truth is, life in the law is full of disappointments. We'll work long hours only to have our bosses take credit for our work. We'll even lose important cases that our clients deserved to win. But by now, I think we all know better than to let a setback define our worth as students and as future lawyers. We also appreciate how important it is to keep some perspective and remember there's more to life than grades and careers. And what better place to remind us of this wisdom than New Orleans? There's simply no place on earth like it. In spite of all the boil advisories and all the times we had to park our cars on the neutral ground when a big storm was coming, we were so lucky to be a part of this special city and all of its traditions during our time here. We caught shoes and coconuts at Mardi Gras, and we smiled every time we spotted beads stuck in the live oak trees on St. Charles months later. We had picnics at the Fly and marveled at the cotton candy skies and the barges on the Mississippi River. We listened to music at Tips and on Frenchman, and sometimes we stumbled upon music without even meaning to. And of course, we tried all kinds of incredible food, perhaps a few too many frozen adult beverages as well. I guess what I'm trying to say is you can just feel the love for life in the heavy, humid air here. How lucky were we to endure the stresses of law school in a city that takes joy so seriously, that makes a point of celebrating life in all of its ups and downs, that makes a point of celebrating together in public, in the street, even if it's inconvenient to the drivers and cars trying to get through. It was an honor and a pleasure to spend these last 3 years with all of you in this weird little bubble that we will always call a second home. I hope you all take a part of it with you, wherever your life happens to take you. Just remember, there are open container laws in the rest of the country. Congratulations, class of 2022. We did it!
Thank you, Kelsey, for capturing so well the spirit of New Orleans and the spirit of this amazing class. To present this year's Teaching Awards, I am pleased to call on my colleague, Sally Richardson, our Vice Dean for Academic Affairs, herself a winner of both the law school and campus-wide teaching honors.
Each year, the members of the graduating JD and LLM classes vote on 2 awards to be conferred at graduation for outstanding teaching. It is my privilege to announce on behalf of the graduating class and Tulane Law School the recipients of this year's awards. The first award, named the Monty Lemon Award, Monty Lemon being a distinguished Tulane alumnus, practitioner, civic leader, and teacher, is presented to a member of the adjunct faculty for outstanding teaching and service. This year's recipient is what I refer to as the utility player of our adjunct faculty, as he has taught a number of different courses at Tulane Law School, including criminal law and federal civil procedure. This year's Monty Lemon Award of Excellence in Adjunct Teaching goes to John Blevins. While the students know Professor Blevins, obviously, it's nice for the families and friends to hear a little bit about who our teaching award recipients are. While not serving as an adjunct faculty member for Tulane, Professor Blevins is the John J. McCauley Distinguished Professor of Law at Loyola University College of Law. He is a graduate of both Yale University and the University of Virginia, the latter of which he served on the UVA Law Review as the Articles Development Editor. John is an expert in the areas of intellectual property, criminal law, and administrative law, and his scholarship sits in the middle of those topics, focusing on issues of regulating communications and the internet. Students continually praise Professor Blevins' teaching, noting he is a fantastic lecturer and his style is engaging and prompts great discussions and critical thinking. In teaching criminal law, which Professor Blevins taught to 1/3 of you here today, students have highlighted that Professor Blevins is particularly adept in facilitating classroom discussions in a manner that is respectful to all students and encourages students with differing views to discuss those views in a civil, respectful, and academic manner. One of the students in this graduating class wrote of Professor Blevins' 1L criminal law class, "Professor Blevins is a phenomenal teacher. He makes all the right assumptions as an educator, particularly in that he empathizes so well with our novice state of mind and presents the material from the ground up without believing we already have a foothold on the concepts. It is that clarity, in addition to his passion and wonderful sense of humor, that makes his upbeat classroom culture so dynamic and engaging." And so please join me in recognizing the 2022 Monty Lemon Award for Excellence in Adjunct Teaching, Professor John Blevins. The second teaching award, named in honor of U.S. Supreme Court Justice Felix Frankfurter, is presented to the member of the full-time faculty who, in the opinion of the graduating class, has demonstrated an outstanding commitment to teaching and classroom instruction. This year's recipient has taught our graduating class topics of such importance, particularly in the modern day, as constitutional law and law of democracy. This year's Felix Frankfurter Distinguished Teaching Award goes to Professor Steve Griffin. Professor Griffin is a long-standing member of the Tulane Law faculty, having joined the faculty in 1989. He is an expert in constitutional law from an interdisciplinary, and he emphasizes understanding American constitutional law from an interdisciplinary and historic point of view. His scholarship always involves timely application of constitutional law, such as his 2013 book, Long Wars and the Constitution, and his more recent book titled Broken Trust, Dysfunctional Government and Constitutional Reform. The timeliness of his scholarship is something Professor Griffin brings to the classroom too. As one of our graduating students wrote, "I really enjoyed how Professor Griffin always talked about current events so we could stay attuned with what constitutional issues were happening in the world." Similarly, in discussing his law and democracy course, one student wrote, "Professor Griffin teaches the material in a clear and concise manner and goes above and beyond to ensure his students understand the full picture regarding the subject matter. He covers the material and the historical background on both a legal and policy level. Since election law is an area of law consistently being litigated, he did an amazing job of keeping us updated on current litigation and issues in the area." Described by students as witty, brilliant, and this is a direct quote, Professor Griffin, "one of the smartest men I have ever been taught by," it is of no surprise Professor Griffin is a favorite for students. Professor Griffin also has the distinction, and a few other professors on stage hold this distinction as well, of teaching this graduating class during your 1L spring, otherwise known as that time COVID happened. In the quick move to online learning, Professor Griffin did not miss a beat. As one student noted, Professor Griffin kept up with his usual humorous banter despite the move to online class. I appreciated he kept going for the jokes, even though he couldn't hear us laugh. But he can hear you now, and so please join me in congratulating the recipient of the 2022 Felix Frankfurter Award, Steve Griffin.
Congratulations to Professors Griffin and Blevins, extremely well-deserved honors. Well, each year we honor the class who graduated 50 years ago. Because we were unable to have this recognition for the past 2 years, this year we're actually celebrating 3 50-year classes, and we're honored to be joined today by members of the classes of 1970, 1971, and 1972. Many of whom traveled in from distant corners of the country for 2 days of intense festivities. And And I will acknowledge, you may think the current members of the current graduating class may think that your predecessors had it easier than you, in that their annual tuition was about what you pay for case books for a semester. Actually, that was probably their entire law school tuition was probably what you pay for case books for a semester. But on the other hand, you have air conditioning. So, well, I'd like to acknowledge the alumni who have returned to be with us today, and to begin by asking members of the class of 1970 to stand, if you would. We have members. Thank you. And then also the class of 1971. And then our 50-year reunion class, the class of 1972. And now I want to ask the members of the class of 2022 to rise and to acknowledge the classes that came before you, just as someday the class of 2072 will rise to honor you. And I hasten to add, 2072 will be here faster than you realize. Well, now we come to the much anticipated presentation of the graduates of 2022. Let me now ask the marshals to lead the graduates to the stage. And as your name is called by Professor Dambalagian, please step forward to receive your diploma.
Candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor: Julia Maria Adams. Madison Joanna Addix. Kwesi Hope Agerman. Rebecca Elizabeth Alba, magna cum laude. Bryant Alexander Aristi. Hannah Marie Aronoff, magna cum laude. Avery Elizabeth Otan, cum laude. Jordan C. Barbo. Ainsley Elizabeth Bowden Beard. Leland E. Bertrand III. Noah Blum, cum laude. Beverly Maya Bodenson. Bailey Mackenzie Besh. Neil Brower. Alaire Banker Bretz. Carolyn Hamilton Brown, cum laude. Nicholas Clayton Brown. Roy Anthony Burchell III, cum laude. Justin James Butera. Grant Galway Butler, cum laude. Juan Ramon Gancio Vela. Anna Gordon Carey. Micah Allen Carper. Sarah Camille Casas. Nicole Angela Caspers. Whitney Maria Chapman. Talha Chaudhry, summa cum laude. Samir Chebat. Tanner Schote. Samara Sidrim. Meredith Clement. Alexander Joseph Klein. Gianluca Serafino Cochito Manak, magna cum laude. Kevin Michael Cole, summa cum laude. Skylar Alexander Corbin. Patrick Hogan Crosby, Jr. Sarah Ann Crowley. Gabrielle Marie Daigle. Claire Kathleen Daly. Andrew Mar DeLeo, cum laude. Sharon Nicole DiPrinzio, cum laude. Michelle Troy Domain II. Colin M. DuBose. Dayton Shea Dunbar, cum laude. Jacob Daniel Edwards. Carolyn Elizabeth Eilertson. Estelle Carey Iserloh. Caleb Urias Eugene. Christian Dylan Farrow. Patrick Hankels Flanagan, cum laude. Tracy William Gant. Eleanor Tidwell Gardner, magna cum laude. Ethan M. Garner. Marissa Gates. Corinne McAuliffe Geeky. Haley Elizabeth Gentry. Dewey Jude Gonsolin III, cum laude. Tara Dolores Goolsby. Sabrina C. Gretzmacher. Catherine J. Grimm. Ashton Nicole Guerra. Sarah Margaret Guidry. Julia Ann Hamilton. Graham Hightower Hawkins. Bernadette Marie Hayden. Erin Mary Heimlicher. Mariano Enrique Herrera Alfin. Megan Collier Holt, cum laude. Parker Lavis Huft, magna cum laude. Sarah Yvonne Hunt Blackwell. Maria Gias Lisboa Imbriani. Sergio Joseph Ingato, cum laude. Madeline Elizabeth Nzenga, magna cum laude. David Peach Ivy Taylor, cum laude. Connor Liam Jackson. Christian A. Jamal. Stephen D. John. Ariana Nichelle Johnson. Winifred West Johnson, summa cum laude. Charlie Meyer Jonas. Hope Marie Caddy, magna cum laude. Madison Jane Kammerer. Japrina Kaur. Gershom Kobe Kumsen. Dylan Sebastian Larson. Brianna Mackenzie Law. Oliver Cedric Lawrence, Jr. John Paul Lee. Katie Louise Lair. Micah Barshay Levy. Philip James Muldari. Michaela A. Mangle. Maxwell Martin. Sabrina P. Mateo. Alicia Michelle McCain, magna cum laude. Elise Catherine McCandless, magna cum laude. Catherine Rose McCarty, cum laude. Carmen Isabella McCoy. Sarah Sullivan McLaughlin, magna cum laude. John Garrett Merville, cum laude. Catherine Lawley Meyer, cum laude. Antonio Xavier Milton, magna cum laude. Eden Ariel Moalem. William Roberson Montgomery. Rihanna Michelle Morales. Robert Michael Morris, cum laude, magna cum laude. That's right. John Thomas Mosteller III, magna cum laude. Noor Muzaffar. Alexandra Belladonna Nagy. Parker Britton Neal, cum laude. Robert Jacob Newman III. Ada. Tristan Hebert. Ashlyn Susan Calianos. Ryan Anderson. Emily Nicole Ketterer. Gabriel E. Balasquide. Abigail DeWitt Nixon. Christopher James Nunziato. Chinasa Okiki. Nwadi Renee Oko. Patricia Margaret Mary O'Neill. Swati Parishar. Ryan S. Park. Anisa Chandrakant Patel. Jade Marina Pemberton. Dylan Stephen Perry. Madison Ava Peterson Porta. Louise Vanny Fan. Erica Kendall Powell. Jamie Price. Anthony Rakuya. Angelique Gilan Rael, cum laude. Tiara Loren Riggins. Carly Idell Roberts. Mark Andrew Robertson, cum laude. Caitlin Michelle Rodnick. Mary Day Royston, cum laude. Elizabeth Hain Rudolph, cum laude. Taylor Ann Sabatino. Justin Luis Sanchez. Bryn Tatiana Sarner. Vanessa Rose Shiraldi. Jeremy Lane Schrady. Kyle M. Sepulveda. Joseph Ryan Shamp, cum laude. Kristen Elizabeth Shaw, magna cum laude. Shelby Carolyn Shear, cum laude. Jessie Elizabeth Schifelo, cum laude. Ellen E. Short, magna cum laude. Kelsey Jacqueline Siegler. Joshua Jacob Spencer. Brennan Austin Spohr. Megan Michelle Telchik, cum laude. Kirsten Wood Termini. Tatum Aiko Trollinger. Sydney Alden Tucker. Trinity Turinetti. Peter Santo Yuli III. Connor Burke Vero. Diego Spence Villalobos. Frederick von der Schulenberg, cum laude. Molly Clayton Wade. Serena Brooke Waller Tennyson. Ashley Lene Walters, cum laude. Jelani Lee Aquila Watson. Abigail Jean Weiland, magna cum laude. Jordan Marley Weiss, cum laude. Grace Louise Williams, cum laude. Christopher Charles Williams Lopez. Robin Arama Wamadou. Sarah Elizabeth Wood, cum laude. Candidates for the degree of Master of Laws in International and Comparative Law, Sushmita Chowdhury, with distinction. Candidate for the degree of Master of Laws, Elena Josephine Feller. Candidate for the degree of Master of Laws in International Comparative Law, Micaela Fonte. Candidate for the degree of Master of Laws in Admiralty, Ifeula Esther Fatoki. Eugene Guo. Candidate for the degree of Master of Laws in Energy, in Energy and Environmental Law, Amina Olufunke Haruna, with distinction. Candidate for the degree of Master of Laws, Elliot Charles Salim Henderson, with distinction. Candidate for the degree of Master of Laws in International Comparative Law, Jan Christoph Hinrichsmeyer. Candidate for the degree of Master of Laws, Natalia Jovanovic. Candidate for the degree of Master of Laws in Admiralty, Lorraine Nicole Lopez Casanova. Candidate for the degree of Master of Laws in Energy and Environmental Law, Klitsis Uzoma Nwabwez. Candidate for the degree of Master of Laws in International and Comparative Law, Chidinma Grace Nwakocha. Candidate for the degree of Master of Laws in Admiralty, Kasmir Ejikeme Okoli. Candidate for the degree of Master of Laws in Admiralty, Cynthia Tenilola Olowu. Candidate for the degree of Master of Laws in International Comparative Law, Michelle Anya Rangosh, with distinction. Candidates for the degree of Master of Jurisprudence, Marcella Alamon. Vetlin Christabel Alexander. Amara Bordeaux. Rachel Colleen Boulay. Ashley Nicole Brown. Bree Aaron Budd. Sarah Ann Chandler Rollins. Alma Hudson Dallas. Brandon Kingston Edwards. Lauren Millicent Farragut. Carmelita L. Foster. Gary Lewis Harbor. Kelly Ann Habeler. Pavitri Kilgore. Jamie Wallace Krakow. Marquis. Trinda Marie Marquis. Laura Marie Jones Mitchell. Morgan Danielle Maraca. Silver Rain Pientka. Kelly M. Randall. Claire Rouge. Elizabeth Maria Sepulveda. Jamie Lynn Sergini. Christine Small. Samantha Jo Swanson. Anicia Rochelle Scheinert. Tara Sue Toft. Candidate for the degree of Doctor of Juridical Science, Derek Warden.
We have now reached the end of our program. Please join me in congratulating the graduates and in wishing them every success in the adventures ahead. They are bound for great things. I thank all of you for being here and for supporting our graduates, and I invite all of you to come next door to the law school, just a few paces down, to join us for a reception immediately now. Thank you so much. Congratulations.